Nazism is about the submission of the ego to the group. It is collectivism. It is the theory that what is important is the group, and the group in this instance is the Aryan race. But the essence of it as a political movement is that it is a collectivistic movement. So from that point, it is the same as communism, for example, that also says that the individual should sacrifice himself for the proletariat.
Welcome to Insights with Ernie. I'm Ernie. Today we're going to talk about this clip I played before. Now this is something from a show I very much enjoy watching. It's called from the Ayn Rand Center UK podcast. Been going on for a number of years. Now they started doing coverage of the war in Gaza ever since October 7th for the last 7 months, just roughly 7 months. So they have a show called The Reality Show, as well as The Daily Objective. And this, on The Reality Show here, they're discussing what's happening, and they're talking about comparisons between, the Holocaust, the World War II, 80 years ago versus today, and the war, Israeli war in Gaza and leading up to Rafah. Now, here's the thing. What this young gentleman by the name of Jonathan is getting at, which I find to be just spectacular, and the reason being, he is alluding to a very significant point in Judeo-Christian thought, which I'll get to as soon as I take 2 seconds to have a sip of this delicious nitro coffee. Thank you. Exquisite. So, okay. We'll go 80 years back in time, and then we'll translate that to today. So, the Nazis represent a collectivization. They represent a community, essentially, let's call it that. A group of individuals who are subscribing to a specific narrative of ideas. Now, this ideology leads them inevitably to value the group more than the individual. Speed up to today. When you look at the Jewish people and their history, which dates back now for 4,000 years or something. For these centuries, Jews have subscribed to the notion that by being part of a collective, part of a greater community, it would then value one single individual's life much greater than the collective. So by virtue of putting emphasis on individual people's rights, we now are placing more emphasis and value on individual freedom and expression. As the Rebbe had once, God bless his righteous memory, he once taught young people and people of all ages, it's not about figuring out who's the next person I need to convince. It's more about who's the next person I would love to inspire to convince the next person to also be inspired. And that is the gift, I think, that the Jewish people have given and the Christian, Judeo-Christian narrative have given to the rest of the world. And this is something of value, I think. This is, So thank you for joining. I'm Ernie, and I'll see you very soon.